Welcome to the deep dive. So 2025, right? We're all hyper-connected,
Yeah.
or seem to be.
Mm-hmm.
But it raises this big question, one I think a lot of us feel. In this world full of distractions, phones buzzing, streams playing,
Yeah.
how well do couples really know each other anymore?
It's a really fascinating question. And, think about how much has changed. You look back at something like the Newlywed Game from the 70s.
Oh yeah, classic.
Totally. And the big drama was about, the strangest place you've ever made. Whoopee. Seems almost quaint now, doesn't it?
It really does. Back then, maybe the phone ringing was the big interruption. Now, it's constant. Smartphones, social media, endless streaming options.
Exactly. Nonstop input.
And you have to wonder, is all that noise
Yeah.
kind of eroding the really important conversations, the ones that, build a strong relationship?
That's the core of it, isn't it? Is the sheer volume of connection actually making the quality, the depth weaker?
Mm.
Are we too busy managing our digital selves to really keep up with the person right next to us?
Right. So we thought, let's explore this. We're imagining a sort of Newlywed Game 2025. Not a real TV show, obviously, but a thought experiment
A framework, yeah.
with 10 really modern questions designed to see how well couples, new ones, long-term ones, actually get each other in this specific,
Yeah.
very 2025 environment.
And it's not about winning points or some, game show prize. It's about what the answers, and maybe even more, the wrong answers reveal.
What do those surprises tell us?
Yeah, about how modern relationships are handling or maybe struggling with all these distractions.
Because it comes down to those intimate chats, doesn't it? Sharing dreams, fears, the little daily things. That's the glue.
Absolutely. And there's research backing this up. A study just last year, I think, linked sharing personal thoughts and feelings regularly with higher relationship satisfaction.
Makes sense.
And resilience, too, like being better able to handle challenges together.
But then you look at the flip side.
Yeah.
The data on distractions. That recent Pew study.
Yeah.
Wow. 68% of couples admitting to phubbing,
Phubbing, yeah. Phone snubbing.
prioritizing the phone over your partner right in front of you. And nearly half saying tech actively disrupts quality time.
It really sets the scene for why this kind of check-in, even hypothetical, feels important. So, okay, picture the game, bright set, maybe some cool tech visuals, a funny host,
Definitely need a good host.
and 4 couples. 2 newlyweds, maybe still in that intense discovery phase, and 2 couples who've been married, say, over a decade. Seen a few things.
Standard format, right? One partner guesses, the other reveals the real answer. Points for a match.
But the real gold is in the reactions, the banter, those moments where someone goes, wait, really?
Exactly. And these questions, they're not your grandma's Newlywed Game questions. They're about now.
Yeah.
Tech, speed, 2025 life. Designed for laughs, sure, but also to gently poke at how connected couples truly are.
Okay, let's play.
All right, first question for our imaginary contestants. What's your partner's go-to streaming binge? In 2025, this feels huge, right? We know most adults are streaming daily. What does their go-to show tell us?
Oh, it can tell you a lot. Is it their solo escape, something you watch together? It hints at how they relax, what stories they like.
And, crucially, are you part of that? Or are you both just, scrolling separately on the couch?
Right. So in our game, let's say Sarah guesses her husband Tom is all about the Mandalorian reruns. Seems plausible.
Safe bet. Popular show.
But then Tom kind of sheepishly admits, well, yeah, he likes Star Wars, but his real secret binge is Love is Blind.
Okay.
And Sarah's genuinely shocked. Like, you watch that, what's happening there?
Well, maybe they could be watching it together, even ironically. But perhaps they're just in their own bubbles, phone in hand, missing that potential shared moment.
Exactly. The point isn't the show itself, it's the missed connection, the takeaway. Maybe make a point to unplug together. Share the screen time sometimes. Knowing their binge is a small thing, but it shows you're, well, tuned in.
Okay, question 2. What's the one app your partner can't live without? And think about this, people checking phones like 144 times a day on average. The apps we use constantly, they say something.
They really do. They're like a digital fingerprint of our day. Fitness tracker, news junkie, casual gamer. It shows priorities, how they engage with the world. If you don't know their essential app, are you missing a big part of their daily reality?
So in the game, Mike guesses his wife, Lisa's must-have app is Instagram. He sees her posting food pics, right? Makes sense.
Logical guess. But Lisa laughs and says, nope, Instagram's fun, but the app she relies on is Notion for organizing everything.
Productivity. Very different.
Totally. And Mike's surprised he just saw the food in posts. It shows how easily we assume, based on the surface stuff.
Especially when our own attention is pulled in a million directions.
Precisely. So the takeaway, maybe, glance over their shoulder sometime with permission, obviously. Ask what they're using. It can spark a real conversation about what actually matters to them day to day beyond the social feed.
Okay, third one. This is always revealing. What's your partner's secret fast food guilty pleasure? We know most people indulge sometimes. Knowing that specific craving.
Yeah.
It feels intimate,
Yeah.
right?
It does. Food is comfort. It's indulgence. Knowing their go-to fast food fix means, that little, maybe slightly less polished part of them, their comfort zone, even if it's wrapped in paper.
So Emma guesses her husband Jay's secret is the Taco Bell Crunchwrap Supreme. Solid choice.
A classic. But Jay grins and says, actually, it's a Wendy's Frosty. Simple, but specific.
The Frosty.
And Emma's like, you sneak Frosties without me. Playful outrage.
But it hints at those tiny missed moments, doesn't it? That quick shared drive-through run.
It does. So the takeaway is fun. Maybe plan a spontaneous fast food date. Uncover those guilty pleasures. It's easy, lighthearted connection.
Love it. Next up, something musical. What's the one song your partner sings in the shower? Shower singing. It's so uninhibited, right? Often reveals true tastes.
Absolutely. It's like their private little concert. The song that's stuck in their head gives them energy, whatever. Knowing it is like knowing their personal off-duty soundtrack. If you don't know, maybe you're missing their daily dose of joy.
Okay, game moment. Carlos guesses his wife, Mia, belts out Taylor Swift's Anti-Hero. Very 2025, very relatable.
Seems likely. But Mia smiles and says, nope, it's Neil Diamond. Sweet Caroline.
Wow, a total classic.
Right. And Carlos has this moment like, oh, he admits since he started working from home, maybe he's less tuned into those little sounds of her day.
That blending of work and home, it can make you tune things out, even unintentionally.
It really can. So the takeaway, just listen sometimes. Be playfully nosy. What are they singing? Maybe even join in. It's a fun way to sync up with their mood.
Question 5. This one hits close to home for many.
Yeah.
What's your partner's biggest pet peeve in 2025? Those little annoyances. They reveal values, what throws us off balance, and understanding them shows empathy.
It really does. Knowing what bugs them shows you care about their comfort, their peace of mind. Ignoring peeves, that just builds resentment,
Definitely. So Rachel guesses her husband Ben hates being cut off in traffic. Super common frustration.
Makes sense. But Ben shakes his head. His biggest peeve right now, all those unread notification badges on his phone screen.
The little red circles of doom.
Exactly. A very modern annoyance. And Rachel's surprised. Hadn't realized it bothered him that much.
It shows how digital life brings its own set of irritations we might not even think about.
Right. So the takeaway is simple. Just ask, hey, what's been getting on your nerves lately? Grab a coffee, check in. It shows you care about their daily stress levels.
Okay, number 6 gets a bit more sentimental. What's the one thing your partner would grab in a fire besides you? A classic question, but with a modern twist. What object holds that deep emotional value in 2025?
Yeah, it goes beyond just stuff. It taps into memory, connection, identity. What physical thing represents something irreplaceable to them? Knowing that reveals a lot about their inner world.
So Sam guesses his wife Tara would save her grandmother's necklace. Sentimental, valuable, makes sense.
Seems logical, but Tara gets a little teary and says no. She'd grab the dog's favorite squeaky toy.
Oh.
Yeah, the audience loves it. And Sam looks genuinely touched, maybe realizing just how deep that bond with the pet goes.
It shows we might overlook the emotional weight of seemingly small things sometimes.
We can. So, the takeaway, maybe ask this on a date night. It can lead to a really lovely, insightful chat about what you both truly cherish.
Good one. Question 7, let's talk travel. What's your partner's dream vacation spot in 2025? We know couples often plan trips to reconnect. So knowing their ultimate destination feels important, right? It's about their desires.
Absolutely. Travel taps into aspirations, adventure, relaxation, culture. Knowing their dream spot reveals their longings, their sense of wonder, maybe even a shared future vision.
So Olivia guesses her husband, Ethan, being a tech guy, wants to go to Japan.
Plausible. Cutting-edge tech culture.
But Ethan surprises her.
Yeah.
His dream, Iceland, to see the Northern Lights.
Wow, okay. Different vibe.
And Olivia is genuinely shocked. Then Ethan mentions kind of casually, oh yeah, I mentioned it on that hike last month. Turns out Olivia was scrolling X on her phone at the time.
Ouch. A perfect example.
Right. How digital distraction makes us miss even explicitly stated dreams.
It's a stark reminder. Takeaway. Dream about trips together. Fun down. Share the wanderlust. Plan adventures without the digital noise.
Okay, number 8 is about our modern language. What's the one emoji your partner uses most? Emojis are everywhere. Like 92% of us use them online. They add tone, feeling. What does their favorite one say?
It's a little window, isn't it? Into their personality, humor, maybe general mood. Are they all hearts and smiles? Or more ASICan? Knowing their go-to helps you read their digital tone better.
So Liam is sure his wife Sophie's top emoji is the heart eyes on. Thinks she's always sending lovey messages.
Sweet assumption.
But Sophie laughs. Says, nope, it's the laughing face. He uses humor a lot in texts. Liam's kind of missed her witty tone, maybe lost in all the other digital chatter.
It happens easily. Subtlety gets lost online.
So, the takeaway, playfully.
Mm.
Maybe peek at their recent chats with permission. See their emoji style. It's a fun way to sync up digitally.
Just a little emoji check-in.
Ninth question. What's your partner's hidden talent? Apparently, lots of couples discover new things about each other years in, and it boosts admiration. Why is finding these talents important?
Because they often represent passions or skills outside the daily grind. Finding them deepens appreciation, shows you their unique spark. Can even open up new shared activities.
Well, Zoe guesses her husband Nate's talent is cooking, because he's good at it.
Makes sense, based on what she sees.
But Nate smiles, says his hidden talent is origami. And he folds a little paper crane right there.
Oh, cool.
Zoe's amazed. When did you learn that? And Nate admits he picked it up during boring Zoom calls, while Zoe was often scrolling TikTok.
Another moment of separate digital worlds. We miss things happening right beside us.
Exactly. Takeaway. Ask them. Got any secret skills? It's a fun way to celebrate what makes them unique.
A little show and tell for grown-ups.
And finally, question 10. This one's deep. What's the one thing your partner wishes you do more of? This hits the core of emotional needs. Understanding this builds trust, right?
Absolutely fundamental. Knowing what makes your partner feel loved, seen, supported, that's crucial. If you don't talk about it, needs go unmet, distance grows.
So Alex guesses his wife Priya wants more date nights. Common wish.
Very common.
But Priya gently says what she really wishes is that he just listen without looking at his phone while she's talking.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah, you could feel the shift. Alex clearly got it. The host even suggests a no-phone zone for talks.
It highlights how those devices, even with good intentions, create real barriers.
Yeah.
You're not fully present.
You're not. So the final takeaway, have those heart-to-hearts, devices off, truly off, and just ask, what do you need from me right now? That's how you deepen the connection.
It really is the foundation.
So looking back at our imaginary game, what do the overall scores suggest?
Well, it was interesting that newlyweds, they tended to get more right, probably because they're still in that intense data gathering phase,
Actively learning about each other?
Right. But even they miss things, often because of, well, scrolling social media or separate screen time. The longer-term couples, generally more mismatches, maybe some assumptions have set in, routines, tech habits obscuring the real person underneath.
But the good news was, almost every miss led to a laugh, right? And a kind of, okay, we need to talk more.
Exactly. It proved the point. Those distractions, the sheer hours on phones, the solo streaming, they do impact intimacy. Awareness is the first step, knowing it's happening.
And studies confirm this, don't they? Less face-to-face talk since 2000, technology blamed a lot.
Yeah, significantly less. And you add in billions on social media, more people working from home, blurring lines. It's easy to see how real connection gets squeezed out. Plus, that trap of thinking, oh, I already know them after years together. Curiosity fades.
Okay, so it's a real challenge. What can couples actually do? Practical stuff.
It doesn't have to be complicated. Small, consistent things work wonders, like schedule digital detox dates, phone-free dinner, actually look at each other, ask fun questions like, what's your dream superpower? Just create that intentional space.
Making the choice to connect. I like that. What else?
You could have your own relationship refresh game night. Use these questions, make up your own, do it with friends. It gets everyone talking, learning, can be really fun and insightful.
Nice. A group activity.
And maybe most importantly, try daily check-ins, just 10 minutes. No distractions. What was your high today? Your low?
Yeah.
Inspired by, the Gottman Institute's work on love maps, builds that ongoing understanding.
Small investments, big returns.
Exactly. And we heard those real stories, right? Jamie and Alex, married 3 years, used that last question, what do you wish I'd do more of? And learned about needing hugs, needing help with chores without asking. Simple, but huge.
Wow.
And Maria and Sam, together 20 years, used the hidden talent question. Now he's teaching her guitar.
That's fantastic. It shows asking the right questions and really listening to the answers cuts through the noise.
It really does. And this isn't just, fluffy stuff. Knowing each other deeply builds resilience, helps you handle stress together, money, kids, whatever life throws at you. That idea of partner responsiveness. Studies show it seriously reduces conflict.
Like by 40%. That's massive.
It is. So making time to talk, even about shower songs or emojis, it builds that foundation of trust. It all connects.
It really does all circle back. Distractions are real, they're powerful, but love, connection, that can be stronger if we choose to nurture it.
Absolutely. Our hypothetical game just gave us a glimpse of the gaps, but also the potential, from streaming shows to secret wishes.
So the challenge to everyone listening, take action. Use these questions, maybe just one to start. Set aside the time, put the phone down, and ask.
Yeah, be curious again. You might uncover something wonderful, funny, surprising, reignite that discovery.
And maybe think about this as we wrap up. What's one question you would ask your partner right now to really see how deep your connection goes in this busy, distracted world?
That's a great question to sit with. And hey, if you come up with a good one, share it. Let's keep this conversation going. Help each other navigate all this.
Absolutely. It's all about continuing to connect.